Welcome to that time of year again, folks. It's late August, meaning I'm going back to college. Like I've done for the past 3 years. Well, with this being the fourth year, I'm a senior now, and I mean, obviously, that's a good thing. Graduate in information communication technology major. So ultimately, that can kind of sort of correlate to, again, as I've been saying before, in the future, like when the money's there to do it. I don't know when that'll be, but just say in the future, that should correlate with actually edited videos and like higher quality and such if I have time to do it. But that's the thing, is the time. There's always been the money aspect, because it's just kind of not there. But now it's more of a time aspect. With me going into my senior year of college, I'm gonna have to focus a heck of a heap just to be ready for the quote unquote real world. College is not the easiest thing in the world, but I don't think it's gonna be the easiest thing this year, though. Senior year means getting ready for the actual jobs. I might do graduate school if it's paid for, I really don't know, but ultimately what I'm saying is that kind of what I've said before, eventually I always knew that my channel wasn't gonna be able to stay around forever, just given personal stuff, which like I said in other videos I'll get into once more stuff gets resolved to the point in which I can, but it's still not there yet, and just the general college. Like the personal stuff is specific, but college is fairly general. Just senior year, busier, focusing, all that. I mean, I'll do my best to have some type of videos throughout the year, but as y'all may have noticed, the past few days have been able to be daily videos. And that'll continue, I think, for a few more days. I mean, Monday will be all the new content from the update and such. Plus, if I have time to, I could review the Gran Turismo FIA stuff. And then, of course, Wreckfest is coming. I'm planning on live streaming Wreckfest to an extent. I don't know what. And then maybe, again, if I have time to, I'll be in college then. I'll do sort of a general first review of that and such, but I legitimately don't know if I have time for that. One thing good about college is that the internet is crazy fast, so I can live stream there, no problem. I mean, it can be Ultra HD, as max like 1080p as a PS4 will go. Wreckfest means 30 frames per second on standard PS4, but whatever, I can still make the streams as powerful as the game can go. But for having stuff with my voice in it, I mean, it's sort of the same as I've done in other videos around this time of year. But the difference about this year is, I mean, like every year, I don't know the exact amount of videos I can make, but I legitimately don't know if there would be a coming back sort of thing. As I said, in the future, there could be edited videos, but I don't know that for sure. Every other year, I knew there would be a coming back point because summer vacation. I would have time to add stuff and do more stuff and all that. Because ultimately, I'm not in school then. I mean, this is my last summer vacation. Unless I do go to graduate school, which the only way I could make that work is if I can get scholarships for it, and I legitimately don't know about that yet. I mean, there's nothing I can say about that. The thing going on with personal life, I'll see about that. That stuff falling into place or not and all that. I mean, that's something that's directly correlated with me, but scholarships is a big, like, group of people well outside of my control, so I really don't know about that. I have a hunch if I do graduate school that's probably going to overall help for videos. Especially because maybe by the time I'm in graduate school, there might be able to be edited type videos because more chance of job co-ops and all that with already having bachelor's degree, so that could help. But if not, I legitimately don't know. I mean, of course, there'd be like a little bit of an uptick of videos during like Christmas, and college still has a spring break, but I mean, I don't know that far in the future. I might be doing stuff Christmas or spring break. I don't. I mean, I'll do my best to have videos, not just then, but all the time to the best of my abilities. But I legitimately don't know personal stuff because it's still kind of falling into place. And then bigger picture, like scholarships and stuff, it's just not ready yet for that time to be known. It's not like I'll know that more later in the year as this time progresses and such, and it gets closer to the point of actually graduating. For what the videos would be in the future, no matter what the quantity of them is, honestly, the bulk of videos may end up being Wreckfest. Because Wreckfest, I mean, I can probably get a whole heck of a heap of clip videos from it, just some miscellaneous big crashes or close racing or testing out the different classes of cars against each other and stuff, and just overall filling out the game. But I mean, literally every person with a YouTube channel can do that because there's the PS4 share function. So while I do a fair bit of clips and such, they're generally related to something like I've touched on in a video with me talking about. Like the last few clips have been possibly boycotting GT Sport, which I don't know, that might still happen even if I have time to discuss the boycott. I'll say on that. The penalty system not working, whether it be from the not realizing cones are there or penalizing me for existing or whatever it may be. A lot of the past 2 years or so of direct capture videos tie into something I've either discussed or will discuss in the future. So I don't know how to go about clip videos if I ain't gonna discuss them. Wreckfest may not be as hard because a lot of the stuff can be straightforward. It's just a cool looking wreck, there's really nothing to discuss. Or it's just simply a gameplay video of a certain car on a certain track racing against other vehicles. But again, that can literally be done on every YouTube channel. And while I try my best to always be sincere in videos, and that's sort of the main goal of everything, is just overall be sincere, whether it's for entertainment purposes or informative purposes or whatever. That's sort of the main goal, is to be sincere in my content. But obviously, too, there's entertainment value. If I'm just putting the same stuff essentially as other channels are, while it is sincerely my content, it might look similar to other channels doing that. If y'all still want to see that, I mean, I could probably still do that. Shouldn't be too big of an issue. Actually, me talking over videos, I legitimately don't know. Again, till like Tuesday or Wednesday and such, there might be able to still be daily videos, but beyond that, who knows? I'll try my best, as I've said time and again for the past few months, to actually have the Doug DeMuro Fallout with GG Planet series happen. But as I've said with that too, is that information is as relevant now as it was in 2009, because Doug DeMuro hasn't been on GT Planet since 2009, so that information isn't going to change. It doesn't really matter when I do those videos. I'm just going to say I will do them at some point, even if it's like 5 years from now or something. That's also a thing too. As long as I'm still physically alive, my YouTube channel will be alive in the sense of I'll still plan on continuing doing stuff unless like YouTube itself fails or something like that. There may be a huge hiatus in time span of doing stuff, but I will try my best to be back in some way, shape, or form, no matter how much time passes. Another thing my video is sincerity, it kind of goes with it, is loyalty. If there's one thing I'll ever try to be, is loyal, and it kind of shows since the very start of YouTube channel, on GG Planet, or just sort of GG5. I mean, the whole Team Mopar thing is essentially loyalty. I don't care if you're racing as well with other teams. To an extent, that sort of kind of helps because it broadens the spectrum of the actual racing. I don't care if you use other cars than Mopar, but essentially it's just loyalty in the fact of that It's a team. We help each other. We're there to improve each other's existence. It's not really meant to fight or feud with others or whatever that is. If other people start a feud, I mean, that's the thing. I'll raise eye for an eye. I'll speak up if something's going on, but that's only to help the overall community. If there's individuals who start something, I'll bring it up. But as a community, I mean, I'm essentially here to just help the community. I mean, different people have different opinions of how much I truly am helping, and I very much understand that. But overall, as long as I still have an overall positive impact on the community, I don't really care that much if individuals see me as negative. I never have. I never will. Ultimately, I do what the majority think is positive. And that's kind of the point of the loyalty, is that I don't want to give up on the people who do find my things helpful. I'll do my best to come back no matter how long it goes where I can't, for whatever reason it is. 170 subscribers is a lot or a little depending on the person you're talking to. But as I've said since the very start, even if I had 17 subscribers, I'd still be doing roughly the same content. I'd still be around. But as I've said at the very beginning, but not necessarily front of it because things change. At the very beginning, like some of the first videos I actually talked in, circa early 2016 or so, I said that once I'm at college, I don't know if this is really going to work. Because essentially my channel was for showing videos of tutorials and such as a straight up video from it. Like the GT5 seasonal events is in at some point, and then the videos from them are inaccessible. So essentially I just put videos from GT5 seasonal events on my channel, or GT6 after that game died, and then on from there. Like GT5, one of my very first videos was a drift trial from that, and then GT6, I had general racing videos, like the General Lee versus Supercars, or the kind of going into different thing, the Dirty Nerds Racing League channel. As I've said too, is that definitely helped my channel as well, and then the rest is history. Dirty Nerds Racing League happened, so I had a reason to actually make the channel have more personality than just sort of documentation. And then now it's both. I mean, obviously I do my fair share of documentation, tutorial type videos, but also I have it to have a personality as well. And hopefully that will never completely die out. I mean, I'll do my best to always have something on the channel, and if I can, make it truly unique. I'll try my best to spread out videos in a consistent way as well. Because I have a hunch, if I have time to record videos, I'll probably have time to record 2 or 3 at once. But if I don't have time to record videos again for weeks on end or something, let's say there's a 3-week gap and I can record 3 videos, I'll do 1 video a week. I'm not going to do them all 3 days in a row, and then a 2.5 week gap to the next video. But I legitimately don't know how that'll work. So thank you all for staying around this long, and there's many another channel out there too for if I don't have content. That may be some of my content as well, is showcasing other channels. I'll see on that. Again, that's one of those where I'd have to like speak to do it, and I'll see how all that would end up working. But ultimately, that's that, folks, for now. If the things going on in my personal life get to a point in which I can say what's going on, I probably will, because it's ultimately going to be better for the end game future if I do. But I don't really think it's to that point yet. But just general stuff like college and all that. I'm a senior, so that gets to overall real life priority. But I know y'all enjoy this too, is getting away from real life and enjoying this type of stuff. I mean, that's one of the main points of YouTube to begin with, is broadcast yourself in a unique way. Whether it be just showing your real life stuff or something completely getting away from real life like a video game. Or a combination of all of it. YouTube has become worse and worse over the years, and I'm not gonna deny my content probably peaked in roughly 2017 as well, but to an extent, that's probably when about my personal life peaked as well. And again, I'll get into that later. So, I ain't gone, but I ain't necessarily saying it's gonna return to a great format either, because even if I do have time to record videos, it's not gonna be at full volume as it's been now for 3 years, going on to the 4th year to be the same thing if I get that chance at all. And then also there's the whole thing of just playing the video games itself. I mean, I assume I'd have time to play video games at some point to get the clips, but we'll see, folks. I would say this, though. I sincerely thank each and every one of y'all for sticking around, because there was many a point in which I didn't know if I was going to be able to stick around. Not because of y'all, but just because of myself. And I've been able to persevere enough to stick around, so I'm very much glad y'all have. I ain't necessarily saying y'all have to stick around or whatever. Again, that's sort of the point of the team aspect. I'll be loyal to y'all, but ultimately it's a team aspect. Gran Turismo is an entire community. I'm just one part of the community. So even if I'm not there for a long period of time, the community will still thrive either way. Just, I will always do my very best, no matter what the best ends up being, to at least improve the community in a small way. And I think so far I've done that to an extent. I know some people disagree, but overall it seems like the majority of people agree. And that has always been worth yeehaw. Probably more now and before than it will be in the future. But again, there's the chance of stuff in the future. I'm not really going to say when or even if. But just in the future, stuff could improve to the point in which it's better than it ever was before. But the likelihood of that's probably lower than it even getting back to the point in which it was before. And I wouldn't be truthful if I said otherwise. And that's the point. I want to be sincere. But I want to continue being loyal to y'all. Sincerely, I don't know how good the content will be in the future, but I want to be loyal and continue the content. So y'all have definitely been loyal so far, and that's most certainly worth. Yeehaw!